Well, hello there, folks. It's Sharon again. Today might be a different location. You don't see the same window in the background, and that's okay. I'm sitting in my car. And I'm kind of sitting here, and it's making me think, and I've thought about this for years. But it's time to do something about it. Yeah, it's rainy outside, it's a little grubby, it's a little cloudy. It's still okay. I got things to do and places to go. Okay, I'll take my hat off. And yeah, it makes my hair look terrible, but that's okay. Um, I'm on my cell phone. That's what I use to make these videos. That's okay. It's a fairly modern one. It has a lot of nice features. It's a smartphone. It's a lot smarter than I am. It does things, and I have no idea how to do. But I can do this with it. So here I am sitting in the car with my cell phone. And you know what? I'm glad I have my cell phone. It comes in handy for a lot of things. There's instant communication. Yeah. If somebody gets a hold of me, if they need to get a hold of me, it's not that hard because this thing's with me, right in my purse or in my hand or sitting next to me. A whole lot. But that's the problem as well. It can do a lot of things for me, and I'm glad I have it, and I use it. It's also a big pain in the butt. When I'm in the car years ago, yeah, I can go back years ago. Like I've said before, I'm not new. And I'm going down the road, and my cell phone rings. Is it a distraction? Sure. Is it important? Maybe not. Maybe it's so. I can actually put it down and talk on it and watch the road and stay hands-free, which you should do. Don't be watching videos. Don't watch this while you're driving. Don't even think about it. Shame on you. Stop the car, then do it. Or if you're the passenger, go ahead and watch. That's fine. And you and the driver can discuss it because he's paying attention or she's paying attention to the road. Okay? But I remember a time when I didn't have these things. I didn't have the convenience. I couldn't plan things while I was going home or going to work or going and doing something else. I was by myself. And you know what? I miss that. I really do. Sometimes when I get off work or I'm making a trip, I'm going somewhere, I don't want the cell phone. I don't want people to call me. I don't want to think about something else. I don't want to be distracted. I want to listen to my radio, be in my own world, pay attention to my driving, which is a good thing, and kind of relax and enjoy some quiet time, some private time. We all need that. We all need to be able to have that time and that space. And it used to be when I was in my car, I could do that. Now the only way I could do it is shut off the phone. And I'd like to. But I have people who count on me. I have people who, one in particular, who may need me for a medical emergency. I have to be available. And it's weird that years ago we didn't have to be available because we couldn't be. Now that we can be, it's essential. But sometimes I wish it wasn't so. Sometimes I wish the world could just leave me alone and this old gal could go down the road in peace. Or sit in my office chair in my bedroom where I've shot the other videos and just be able to contemplate, be myself, or maybe just shut down and do nothing and enjoy the peace. I miss that. But now we're raising a whole generation who depends on these things. As many of you know or may recall, I teach at a technical college. My students would have to be surgically removed to get one of these things out of their hands. Can they look up information? Sure they can. Sometimes I ask them to do that in class. Other times, they can't put the dang thing down and listen to what I'm trying to tell them. In the last group I had one young person, won't even say his gender, her gender, it doesn't matter. But this young person, glued to this phone, I'd talk about something in class. Somebody else would ask me to clarify, and I did. Somebody had asked me another question about it, and I explained it again. Went into details, which is my job. It's what I'm supposed to do. And that's good. Okay? And then this individual would look up and say, well, what about this? And the whole class would turn and look at him and said, weren't you listening for the past 10 minutes? She just told you 3 times. Well, I never heard it. No, because you're so buried in your phone and your technology that you don't know what's going on around you. You'd walk into a wall if you were just a little more engrossed and on your feet. A few years ago, that actually happened. A woman in a mall was watching her cell phone come up and tripped and fell into the fountain. Embarrassed the crap out of herself. It went viral, came off the security cameras. She wanted to sue the store and the mall, but nobody knew who she was until she went online and complained and griped about this film of her falling into the fountain. But they saw it from her back. She was all soggy. She had a hoodie on. No one knew any idea who it was until she outed herself. That's on her. So it was being glued to that thing enough that you tripped on the edge of a fountain in the middle of a mall and fell in. People do that. Kids do that. Kids are being used with laptops and smart pads and cell phones. And a lot of times that becomes their babysitter. Oh, they'll stay quiet. They'll behave themselves. They'll sit there. And they won't learn anything. Maybe they will. Not much. It comes to mind the one commercial. I forget who was even doing it. There was a young woman in the hallway on her social media complaining that she was worried about her parents. She was standing by her parents' bedroom door and worried that they were quiet and there was nothing going on and they had no social life, and she was really concerned for their well-being and mental status. And then the picture cut away and her parents were out at a luau. They're out on the beach, they're dancing, they're having fun, people are cooking ribs and stuff. They're having a great time. But they were with people. And she sat there in an empty hallway on her phone talking to her friends on her social media, worried because she had seen her parents' social media and they didn't have many friends. 10, 20 people. But there was 40 or 50 at that luau and they were having a great time. Isn't getting there in person, isn't actually being social instead of going through a screen more important? Isn't it better? Isn't it better if our kids can put down some of the media and do something? Get out in the yard, join the Cub Scouts or the Girl Scouts, take classes. My grandson does that. He's a Cub Scout and he takes boxing classes. He enjoys it. He still spends a lot of time on video and electronics, but he does get out, get away from it. My daughter and all those involved try to keep the kids involved. That's better. They're more rounded. There's nothing wrong with them being on social media. There's nothing wrong with them playing Fortnite. But if that's all you do, it's a problem. These things are helpful. They do us a lot of good, but they do us a lot of bad. We have to pay attention to the good they do and avoid the bad they do, and still be real, well-rounded people who don't have to depend on a little screen for their life and their existence. Sure, it can be part of it. It's part of mine. But I also go do a lot of other things. Right now, I'm sitting in a car, and I just got out of church. and I'm making this video. And I'm going to go help somebody put a 220 line in their garage. Not saying who, not saying what city, not saying anything. It doesn't matter. Can I physically do it? With my health problems, no. Can he physically do it? Yes. He doesn't have the knowledge and the expertise. I do. I'm going to go help. And it'll be a better day. Well, just my opinion. Take care. Have a good day.